As we've been covering all week, snow, ice, and sub-zero temperatures were not just a problem for drivers, but first responders too. And dispatchers were at the center of it all. News 18's Brittany Tyner caught up with one Tippecanoe County dispatcher who says the calls have been almost nonstop since the storm. Brittany, they think tonight could be another busy one.
Yeah, Dan, conditions are better than they've been, but are still not ideal. Dispatchers have not only been dealing with stranded motorists, slide-offs, and property damage crashes, they have had to worry about the first responders getting to all of those incidents safely and making it back safely.
Battleground fire.
911.
To say the Tippecanoe County Sheriff's Office was slammed with calls during Sunday's winter storm would be an understatement.
Once I-65 shut down and once it got dark, that's when we had people calling because they were getting stuck, especially 231 North area, 52, 26 West. And again, it was, we'd have a vehicle that might have 5 or 6 people in it.
In fact, communications officer Sam Smith says one of the first calls he took Sunday night was 2 ambulances that had gotten stuck. As the calls kept coming in, the National Guard even had to come out with highway assistance teams. He says the county had to advise a travel warning.
We're dealing with 3 and 4 foot drifts. County highway plows had to come in. It was even too dangerous for them to be on the road. So at that point, it was decided that with the winds, making the roads icy on top of everything else, the drifts, it was just untenable to allow people to drive any further.
Despite the travel warning, which meant only emergency vehicles were allowed on the roads, Smith says they still received calls from motorists who were stuck. He says at that point, drivers weren't only putting their own safety in danger, but the emergency responders' safety was at risk too.
You better be very confident you can explain to a deputy that you were allowed to be out, because I know we were ticketing people, especially later on in the evening, if they couldn't give us a good reason why they were out on the road.
Sam Smith expects tonight to be busy too because he says the roads are still very slick, especially at night during the dark. He says communication between the different agencies has been wonderful. He says the county is fortunate that there weren't any major injuries during a time that was so dangerous. Brittany Tyner, News 18.